And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again, another day committed to helping you win in any marketplace. We always do that by bringing on our expert contributors. We got 80 different categories where we can help you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So we greatly appreciate those that reach out to the show, supporting the local economy by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show. We got a great lineup of content for you today here. We're going to talk about the January 6th debacle and so-called riots. Is the IRS going to be looking in your bank accounts and into what levels and maybe and taxing unrealized gains? Some interesting stuff. And we also have later in the program, United States Institute Against Human Trafficking. As you know, we have an open southern border and lots of criminals coming across in record numbers. We're going to have John Long in studio from the United States Institute Against Human Trafficking. We've got attorney Jason Kobal in the house as well, our local legal contributor for all things work comp law, personal injury law, right here in Tampa Bay and other areas, as well as Justin Morris. He's our solar expert contributor. We're going to talk about tax incentives, solar power, and also some of the battery powers. Now, batteries have come a long way, and it's a good way to, shield your home when it comes to, power outages due from storms and hurricanes, things of that nature. So we got a great lineup for you here on the program. We'd like to give a shout out to one of our sponsors here, Veteran Gutters, Brandon Porter and his team. They do such a great job. If you're thinking about adding gutters onto any of your real estate properties, reach out to a veteran who served our country and does such a great job here in Tampa Bay. Veteran Gutters, Brandon Porter and his team, American-made product right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And we like to feature our real estate listings live on air to help our sellers profit more and sell faster here in Tampa Bay. And we're setting records with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. My wife Lindsay and I have a top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay, and we feature our listings on our nationally syndicated, worldwide syndicated, basically on Apple TV, Amazon, Roku, Spotify. Check out our YouTube channel. But we feature our listings here to help you get more exposure as a seller. We got a hot property listing right here in beautiful Tampa Bay at 100 Oakmont Lane in Bel Air. This is a condo with $1 million views from the 6th floor overlooking the pool. You got a community pool and overlooking the Gulf of Mexico. 100 Oakmont Lane in Bel Air, unit number 611. Beautiful property right here in Tampa Bay. Also, Pinellas County duplex, 722 Pruitt Drive in Madeira Beach. This is probably one of our best listings that we've got listed. Not probably, it is. 722 Pruitt Drive, Madeira Beach, 95-foot lot. Great opportunity right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right. In studio here, Jason Kobal. We're going to introduce attorney Jason Kobal back in studio. Welcome in, sir.
Hey, Brandon. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming in. Give us a little teaser what you want to talk about today.
Well, today I was, first of all, I commend you for talking about January 6th. I look forward to that. That's a subject that we all need to be able to talk about.
Yeah.
A lot of the media this day is pushing people, to view it a certain way from a certain perspective. And
that's right.
It's important to be open and objective and honest and discuss things and not be afraid to express your opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, as far as personal injury, I had a recent experience in one of my car accident cases I had hospitals and medical providers just illegally billing. And if your attorney doesn't know the billing laws on top of the injury laws, you could really get in trouble if you have a car accident case where you find out at the end that all these doctors are getting paid and you're not getting anything.
Right.
It could very well be that some of those bills didn't need to be so high, I was going to talk a little bit about that.
I think that onion needs to be peeled back. I mean, you go into a hospital, they give you these pills, they give you this consultation, they have the other guy come in, and then another person come in, and then all of a sudden these bills is like, wait, what? $23,000, $83,000? Where'd that come from? I look forward to diving into that with you, Jason. Yeah. Let's start off here with we got Justin Morris as well. Justin Morris, SEM Power. Hey, Justin.
Hey, what's up, Brandon? Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. My pleasure. And I love this topic as well. We've really got to start as a society accessing more of this photovoltaic energy that we can access through our commercial properties, our residential properties. It's right there on the top of the roof in most cases. What's going on? What's new with SEM Power?
Just trying to keep on plugging along with, all these shortages and all these shipping issues, all the issues that seem to be plaguing our country as of late. Just trying to keep plugging along, shutting down the pipeline, all these things that, guess what? They're not going to do you any favors as far as the energy crisis continuing and the cost of energy going up. And, it's time now to start looking at ways to generate your own electricity and become energy independent.
Yeah, I love that idea. It's a challenging time for a lot of Americans. Costs are going up. I saw this Thanksgiving. It's going to be the most expensive Thanksgiving in the history of the United States of America. Everything's going up, a lot of costs. But for homeowners that want to, and business owners that want to take advantage of solar, there are some significant advantages there. And then I also like the idea of being able to have batteries and have those batteries store your power in the event that there is an outage.
Absolutely. So I just helped install a 30-kilowatt battery backup system on a home over on the St. Johns River in St. Augustine. Beautiful property there. And they're going to have 30 kilowatts of backup power. They will never have to worry about power outages again. So think about that. This young couple, they have a special needs child who it's very important that he has consistency and things like that in his life. And now they're going to be able to provide that for him and not have to rely on a failing electrical grid to bring that to him.
Yeah, that's awesome. If you just joined us, we're talking with Justin Morris. He's our expert contributor with SEM Power, sempower.com. And Justin, we talk about also some of the tax advantages. And the latest reporting from the IRS has been kind of interesting, or proposals to say the least. They're talking about going in, looking in your bank account with the $600 threshold. They say, oh, well, let's bump that to $10,000. Like they're fooling people. That's still going to be just basically an open access, for the IRS and the government to look in. And then also the latest is, I'm going to play a quick clip here about IRS reporting. Check out this quick clip here we're going to play, and then I want to ask you about how solar can also benefit you from a tax perspective.
So they raised the reporting requirements from 600 to 10,000, but how many people's accounts are we still talking about allowing the IRS to effectively monitor?
Unfortunately, that would still include most Americans. The $10,000 annual threshold means if you pay at least $834 a month in bills, your account would be reported to the IRS. The American Bankers Association said in a statement, quote, virtually all Americans will be subject to this new reporting. Senator Mike Crapo of Idaho crunched the numbers.
This is from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The total is the average American runs over $61,000 through their account. Housing, $20,000, transportation, $9,000. Personal insurance and et cetera, $7,000. The list goes on. The average American will be picked up by this plan.
So, Justin, I want to get your response, and also, you can elaborate a little bit about the tax incentives from solar as well.
For one, I just think that's crazy, and it's just a prime example of our legislators trying to, redress things and pass them back through. You know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of pushback with that $600 threshold, and then all of a sudden it was $10,000. But then you peel back the onion, and it's not really $10,000. It's $10,000 cumulative over the year, which is really pennies. That's insane.
Just in time for Halloween, they're going to redress it, right? So they're putting a costume on it.
Exactly. They're putting a nice little costume on it. They got it dressed up as a little princess, Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, solar, the tax credit for solar right now is 26%, so 26% federal tax credit when you do any energy improvements on your home. That includes solar, backup batteries, etc. Also, one caveat to add, now's a great time. Listen, if you are in need of a new roof, going solar is going to help you tremendously with that roof. That is now considered part of, if you get a roof in conjunction with a solar project, that is considered preparation for going solar, and it's considered part of a renewable energy project, and therefore eligible for the 26% federal tax credit. So I'll reiterate that again. If you get a new roof and do that in conjunction with solar, you can get a 26% federal tax credit on your roof.
Wow. 26%.
I mean,
I've got a property that I'm selling right now in the cellar. It's interesting. It went through the PACE program. Are you familiar with PACE?
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about that program.
So the PACE program is a government program. It's a state program that, and for the life of me, I can't think of what the acronym stands for right now.
Something like preferred alternative. Yep, clean energy. Yep.
Yeah, it's basically it's bringing the ability to have clean energy to people that otherwise wouldn't have it.
Yeah.
So you're talking about people in, I don't know, like more impoverished areas and things like that. It's dependent on your location, but if your location is eligible for PACE, what it does is it attaches that to your property taxes.
Yep.
So it's a really cool program because you could basically, in some instances, you can get solar. Like I have a customer that got solar 2 months ago. They won't get their first solar bill until 2023.
Wow. That's amazing.
2023. So because of the tax cycle, again, on your property taxes. So it is a really cool program. PACE has a great website. You can go on and check if you're PACE eligible. But, yeah, I've got a lot of homeowners that utilize that program because it attaches it to your taxes on your property.
Yeah, I love
that. Roll it right
into
your mortgage.
I love that idea. And you get your trim notices every year. It comes out, and then you say, okay, well, what are my millage rates and all that kind of stuff. And that's what's really interesting too is a lot of the consumers, they don't understand these programs, and it's like there's where do you get your news from? Where do you get your information from? And that's why we put this show together again 9 years ago, helping you understand your buying decisions, making you more street smart, letting you know about these different programs that exist that you may not be aware of. It's a way that we try to help the consumers. Go to consumerqb.com. Follow us online, and we also have a cool contest going on. Give you an incentive to follow us on Facebook, depending on how much your car payment is. If you have a car or automobile payment, all you have to do is like the Consumer Quarterback Show page, Facebook page, as well as the Murphy Auto Group page, and then comment below with the amount of your car payment on Facebook, and we are going to randomly select a winner next month. So a pretty cool opportunity just came to mind. But follow us online. We'd love to connect you with Justin and his team, SEM Power. If you're thinking about solar, sit down with him, and he's going to be able to go through a list of the pros, and if there are any cons, he's going to point out the cons, but he's going to be a straight shooter with you and let you know what that could look like for you or your business. Justin, what does that process look like when you come out and sit down with folks?
Yeah, for me, listen, a lot of these solar companies are going to come out and they're going to pressure you. They want you to buy now.
Right.
Listen, I recognize this is a big decision. When I made this decision to put solar on my house in 2017, it took me over a year to make the decision. Okay, so I understand that this is a decision that's going to take some time. What I want to do is provide you with information. I encourage you to go out and get quotes from multiple people. This is a large project happening on your house. So we want to make sure that we're not leaving any stone unturned. Right? So what you're going to get from me is just a lot of information, and I'm going to help walk you through the process, even if that means helping you to go with one of our competitors. Listen, if I look at it and it's a good option for you, I'm going to talk you through their quote. You don't have to tell me who the company is. I'm going to tell you what questions to ask, what concerns I would have if I were you. I mean, these are all things that you're not going to get from a lot of companies. But at SEM, we just feel that confident in our product and our prices and our workmanship that we know if I give you the information and give you the opportunity to go do some exploring on your own, we feel confident that you're going to come back and do business with us.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the way it should be. Go through the process, have a consultative approach, helping people understand the different buying decisions. All right, I want to play another clip here as well about the tax, unrealized, the new tax potentially on unrealized capital gains. That's right. You heard that right. You haven't received the benefit yet, but the federal government is going to potentially tax your unrealized, you're talking about appreciation on real estate, appreciation on art, or whatever assets you may have. Here's what these guys are proposing, these guys and gals up in Washington, D.C.
But once you kind of see the whole picture, we've never had a tax proposal like this. Not even Elizabeth Warren has proposed anything like this. Play cut 3.
Senator Wyden and the Senate Finance Committee have been looking at that would impose a tax on unrealized capital gains on liquid assets held by extremely wealthy individuals, billionaires.
Unrealized capital gain. So what would that be? If your home appreciates $50,000 in value, you now have to pay the gain.
All right, so that you get the point there. I mean, it's like unprecedented movement in these different areas. Final thoughts to you, Justin, and let us know how people can contact you.
Yeah, I mean, my final thoughts are the same as they usually are. Listen, don't let fear keep you from making this decision. I never thought in a million years I'd be driving an electric car. I've been doing it for a year, and it's the best decision I ever made. So simple fact is this is a great program that we have. This is a great opportunity for you. I can be reached at sempower.com, and I'd love to help you out.
Awesome. Hey, Justin, thanks for calling into the program today. We appreciate you spreading the word about photovoltaic energy and solar power out there. Keep up the good work,
Thank you, guys.
man.
Always a pleasure.
Awesome. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we got attorney Jason Kobal in the house. Kobal Law, he's one of our legal analysts for the program. And we're going to talk about January 6th. What happened? Were there FBI implants urging and inciting this event? Let's talk about that, and also work comp law right here in Tampa Bay. What's challenging there? Car accidents, illegal billing going on. Come back with us right here on the flip side of this break. We'll be right back.
Thanks for listening to My Daddy's Show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. Contest alert. Would you like to have your automobile payment made by the Consumer Quarterback Show and Murphy Auto Group? Well, here's your opportunity. All you have to do is go to the Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook, as well as the Murphy Auto Group page, and like both pages and comment below on the contest flyer with the amount of your automobile payment. And we will randomly select a winner next month. The Consumer Quarterback Show's Random Act of Kindness is making its way to Facebook. All you have to do is like the Consumer Quarterback Show page as well as Murphy Auto Group page and comment below with your car payment, and we will make that car payment for one randomly selected winner. ConsumerQB.com, or reach out with any questions to 813-917-1894. ConsumerQB.com, 813-917-1894. Good luck. We hope you win the contest.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
Hey, Margie here with the Consumer Quarterback Show and the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. If you're buying, selling, or investing, please give us a shot. We would love to help you. We are a top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay, and you can reach us at 813-750-0550. Call or text 813-750-0550. ConsumerQB.com.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. We'd like to feature our real estate listings to help our sellers profit more and sell faster. If you're thinking about listing a property in Tampa Bay, you're leaving money on the table. If you're not working with us, we'd love to help you. Buying, selling, or investing. Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. You got a hot property listing on Nebraska Avenue, 4302 North Nebraska Avenue in Tampa. This is a great opportunity for business owners right here in Tampa Bay. You've got your own billboard, so you got a commercial asset that's a beautiful property. It's a corner lot, but you also have a private billboard that you can put your message and attract 40 to 50,000 vehicles passing by every day at 4302 North Nebraska Avenue. Also, 5602 Land O'Lakes Boulevard. Attention builders, developers, entrepreneurs. Great opportunity here again up in north part of our listening audience. 5602 Land O'Lakes Boulevard. You've got 7 acres here, currently zone C2, and reach out for more information. We'd love to spread the information to you, and you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And we'll give a quick shout out to Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. I love going into the locations on Gandy Boulevard or Wesley Chapel, different locations here, but also at your home or office. And they're going to hook you up with a vitamin infusion drip. It's going to go directly into your bloodstream. And we're talking about vitamins, nutrients, crucial nutrients that will help your body to perform at optimal conditions. Reach out to Stephen and Lisa Gunnan, Replenish IV Solutions, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got attorney Jason Kobal in the house. Kobal Law, local legal analyst here for us on the Consumer Quarterback Show. TampaWorkCompLaw.com is the website. Tell us about this car accident situation and this illegal billing that seems to be rampant out there.
Sure. I usually talk about the 14-day rule when I talk about PIP insurance.
Yes.
So if you get in an accident, you have to make sure you go to the doctor within the first 14 days so you could get your PIP,
right,
which is $10,000 or $2,500 if it's not an emergency injury. But there's another time limit that I see that's very important in PIP that's getting abused in the medical billing. If you are treating with the doctor and you still have PIP available,
right,
they are required to bill PIP until your PIP is exhausted.
Okay.
Why does that matter? Once PIP is exhausted, the doctors are most likely going to go to a letter of protection with your attorney, and they could charge whatever they want. They usually exaggerate the charges, and then at the end they work out a little deal. The reason why you want to make sure that the PIP is exhausted first is because, first of all, it's the law. And if a doctor knows you have PIP available, they know who your PIP insurance company is, and they don't bill PIP within 35 days from the date of service, and then they try to bill you, that bill is worthless. You don't owe it at all. And a lot of people don't know that. And a lot of doctors, they don't like to bill PIP because PIP, they scrutinize bills a lot differently than your attorney would in an LOP.
Right.
And, there's a lot of fraud, or they might not agree with the amount of the charges. So, the doctors get paid a lot less. But, I'm always looking out for the consumer, and that's what my clients are.
Yeah.
So if you were in a car accident and you feel like, geez, man, I'm getting, there's not so much I'm getting in my pocket, but my doctors are getting a lot, my lawyer's getting a lot. Make sure that the PIP was properly used. And until it's exhausted, doctors have to bill PIP first before they bill you within 35 days, or else it's worthless. And also, if they do happen to bill PIP,
right,
they're only allowed to charge you for the 20% of the allowed charges.
Okay.
So say, for example, a doctor bills PIP for $10,000, and then PIP says, no, I'm going to knock this down, knock that. And they only allow $6,000. Then the doctor, they're going to pay 80% of the PIP pays 80% of the allowed charges, and then 20% goes to the person, the injured party. You want to watch out for a lot of doctors. As soon as they send it to PIP, they'll send you a bill before they even see it for 20% of what they send in.
Wow.
So yeah, anytime it's over more than 20% of the allowed charges, that's illegal. Or if it's more than 35 days from the date of service, those are literally worthless. It could even be a surgery.
It's almost like you need a forensic audit on this stuff. Like how
you could send it to me and I'll do it.
and let Jason take a look at it. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I do it all day.
TampaWorkCompLaw.com, or you can call the hotline too on the show, and we'll put you in touch with Jason or 80 of our different categories. Whatever you need out there, we want to be that turnkey solution. 813-750-0550. Just call or text the hotline 813-750 813-750-0550. And we're going to be right back. I'm going to ask Jason a little bit more about his thoughts on the January 6th events, and also it relates to the Michigan events as well that happened as well. And then also more about TampaWorkCompLaw.com right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Plus, dads join forces to bring safety to violent school, and it's working. Pretty cool story coming out of Louisiana, how a bunch of dads got together to help out at a local high school that had some issues going on there. We'll be right back after the short break. Don't go anywhere.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Five, four, three, two, one.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online, connect with us online, send us an email. We'd love to get your responses to the show or any questions you have. brimes@kw.com. Real simple email, brimes@kw.com. We appreciate all the people that reach out and support the show. You can call the hotline also, 813-750-0550. We love to help you win, connect you with all of our expert contributors that we bring into the show to help you understand your buying decisions, make you more street smart, and avoid a lot of the commission-based advice. Call 813-750-0550. Call or text the hotline. We'd love to help you.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
And this segment is brought to you by Discovery Golf Cars right here in Tampa Bay. They've got 2 locations, Tampa and Clearwater locations, discoverygolfcars.com. They've got Easy Go, Star EV, Cushman, new and pre-owned. You can also rent or buy. And make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives. And a couple of hot property listings for this segment. 207 East Lutz Lake Fern Road. This is a property that you can build your dream home and possibly a couple of units on this property. 207 East Lutz Lake Fern Road. We've got a property right here in Lutz. Great opportunity. Over an acre of land, zoned residential, oversized corner lot. Great opportunity to build right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And we also have a property at 3613 Cabana Court. This is an affordable entry-level property at Cabana Court, 3613 Cabana Court in Palm Harbor. Great opportunity to own real estate right here in Tampa Bay. This one has lots of natural lighting, tile in the wet areas, of course, in the hallways, carpet in the living rooms. 3613 Cabana Court, Palm Harbor. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. Okay, so we've got attorney Jason Kobal in the house here. Kobal Law, longtime friend of the program. You've heard Jason on the show over the years, and we talk a lot about different aspects of, like you said, you're a consumer advocate as well, Consumer Quarterback Show. So you're helping people understand, hey, you're getting billed in a situation you shouldn't be receiving bills from an auto accident. But we also like to comment on things that we see happening from a culture perspective and on a national level. And this January 6th event is one that's being blown out of proportion by a certain party. And I want to play a clip here that we picked up from, I believe this was from Human Events. We're going to play this quick clip here about FBI implants in the January 6th events.
Were there federal plants, informants, handlers, officers that were working and had infiltrated either the militias or members of the crowd in January 6th or prior to January 6th leading up to it? Listen to what Merrick Garland said.
Agents of the government or assets of the government present on January 5th and January 6th during the protests. I've got some pictures that I want to show you. You have those images there, and they're captioned They were from January 5th and January 6th. As far as we can determine, the individual who was saying he'll probably go to jail, he'll probably be arrested, but they need to go into the Capitol the next day, is then the next day directing people to the Capitol. And as far as we can find, this individual has not been charged with anything. You said this is one of the most sweeping investigations in the history. Have you seen that video or those frames from that video?
So as I said at the outset, one of the norms of the Justice Department is to not comment on impending investigations, and particularly not to comment about...
So then he hides behind that, it's basically like pleading the fifth. We can't comment on it because it's an ongoing investigation. He didn't ask details. He's asking were there FBI implants in that, encouraging the right so they could get their shot, they could get their screenshots, and they could get their... and so that's AG, Attorney General Merrick Garland, who also just recently was going after... parents going into the school boards, asking questions about the curriculum that's being taught to their children, and also asking about a cover-up in Virginia of a girl that got allegedly raped by a male that was in the bathrooms posing to be as a female. Again, Democrat pushed theories as far as how the trans community is playing out. But anyways, so we got the Attorney General dodging these questions, and there were potentially FBI implants urging people in to go into the buildings.
Right. And we know from what happened with Governor Whitmer in Michigan,
yes,
that alleged plot to kidnap her. I believe it's now half of the suspects that were arrested, and this is now publicly known. I mean, this came out, were undercover FBI agents. Yeah. So I don't know, what type of, was it a setup or what, who was actually, driving the bus there? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me if the same thing happened on January 6th. And what bothers me most about January 6th, when I was watching it, I was like, gosh, this is weird. Because you see like some police letting people in. You see others are...
That's right.
It was really odd. And then on the day it happened, they were calling it an insurrection. And I, as a lawyer, well, that's a crime. There's a definition for that term.
Yeah.
And I was like, geez, I guess it could be an insurrection. That's pretty serious. That's, a group of people are trying to overthrow the government with violence and weapons.
Yeah.
And it's a conspiracy, so it's a plot. And the Attorney General, Garland, just testified not a single person has been charged with insurrection. Yet if you watch the news, they still call it insurrection.
Exactly.
It's not an insurrection, or else they would have charged people with insurrection.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's really, I think these times are going to be looked at and studied for years as a time, and I think those will come out more in John Durham's probe when it concludes.
The Durham investigation, absolutely.
That this was a time when our political establishment abused their power and used the media to push their propaganda, and to a level that we've never seen. And I hope it stops. And I hope that, I have a lot of faith in Durham. I hope that really sheds some light on it. But I think that's like, for example, with the insurrection nonsense.
Yeah.
You better call it something else, because they would have charged people with insurrection if it was one.
Yeah, and just the double standard that you see also, where they're holding those people in solitary confinement, it's reported, lots of them being held. And then you had the summer riots where nothing was done to those people. They actually worked to get them out on bail. Kamala Harris and others.
And on January, I felt bad. I'm like, gosh, I don't like people who break property of our Capitol. That's, they should pay for their crimes. But when I was watching it, it seemed like they were being allowed in. I'm like, what is this? Like from the summer, they would just allow them to protest and lighting buildings on fire and whatnot. To me, that was crazy to allow that.
Federal buildings even.
And I was like, is that what's happening here? It's just very, very, the whole thing seemed very fishy. And it's good to be objective and open-minded. And I don't agree with the media like chastising people who give an opinion.
Right. Exactly.
We all have to be able to open-minded, because there's a lot of shadiness going on. It's good to get some transparency and get some people talking about it.
Yeah, the Durham report is a big man. I've been following that as well, and there's a lot of things that are about to come out.
That last indictment that was one of Hillary's lawyers.
Yes,
and he went to the FBI knowingly with a lie. Trying to frame Trump.
He sure did.
For being in on it with Russia. And then even the first indictment, that was an FBI attorney who lied to the FISA court
Yes.
hid the fact that the individual that they ultimately tapped worked for RCIA for 5 years. If he would have told the court that, they never would have approved it.
Exactly.
It's kind of a big deal, and the media just,
it's kind of a big deal.
It's no big deal.
It's kind of a big deal when parents go into a school board and they're just complaining, and they're actually reading the textbook that's provided by the schools, and they're covering it up. And the way that it came out was because of Zoom. Kids were being taught at home with the COVID, the Chinese virus, the Fauci virus coming out. And so these parents are overhearing like what they're being taught and all this stuff coming out. And then they use the Patriot Act to go after the parents who are simply standing up. And the one father whose daughter was raped in school, and they covered it up, and they moved the kid to another school.
And then to refer to them as domestic terrorists.
Exactly.
And then say we're gonna dedicate FBI resources to stopping them. That kind of like, it's scaring them from going and trying to scare them to not open their mouths, and that's not right. We need our parents, involved.
Exactly what happens, and the pendulum swinging. If you see that in the governor's race in Virginia, we see where that plays out. But it looks like it's going to be turning to a red state, and that's going to kill their whole momentum and what's happening with Biden's so-called agenda. I mean, unbelievable stuff that there trillions and trillions of dollars being printed, watering down our currency. I think on purpose so they can make the U.S. dollar less of a world currency, and they're going to usher in other global currencies or whatever it might be.
It very well may. I mean, this week he said he doesn't anticipate any improvement in inflation or gas prices till at least the end of next year.
Yeah.
And then you're going to pump in trillions more. Oh, scary times.
Yeah. And by the way, the town hall that he did on CNN had 1.2 million less viewers than Tucker Carlson's regularly scheduled program did on Fox News. So it just shows you how people are, they're like, yeah, this guy, what's he talking about? He's a puppet on a string.
It literally very well may be. Did you see the one clip where he held his hands like this for like half a minute?
Wow.
Like as if he was grabbing a podium, and it wasn't. I don't even know if he's all there. So I don't know. There might be something to the puppet theory.
He's definitely not. He's a puppet of Obama and those folks that ran his administration. But locally here, let's go back to local area. By the way, if you just joined us, we're talking with attorney Jason Kobal here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Kobal Law. TampaWorkCompLaw.com is the website. And Jason, you help people with all types of personal injury, work comp situations, and all those in between. Employment matters.
Yes. And sometimes they intertwine. I recently had a case where my client, I have a bunch of these, I call them combo cases. They were hurt in the course and scope of their employment in a car accident.
Yeah.
So we're suing the at-fault driver in the civil case. But then, workers' comp, when you have that situation, by the way, workers' comp is primary, meaning workers' comp should be still providing you medical benefits. What you don't want to do in that situation is just treat, through your lawyer's doctor and you're ignoring a comp case, because you actually have two cases and you want to maximize the benefit of both.
Right.
So I see that a lot.
Yeah. That's these are ideas and things that could happen to you. So it may not be happening to you right now, or a friend or a family or loved one, but that's why we say save our hotline number in your phone. At some point you may need it. Pull out your smartphone, save this number 813-750-0550. You can call or text that line. Any questions, comments that come up, we can introduce you to, again, over 50 different show partners, 80 categories of consumer advocate content and advice here on the show. So save the hotline number in your phone, 813-750-0550. You can call or text. It's an off-air number, and we're going to be able to put you in touch with all of our expert contributors, anybody that can answer that question. And if we can't find the answer, we'll help you. We don't have the answer, we'll help you find it. And that's one of the promises that we make here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, attorney Jason Kobal, Kobal Law, give us your final thoughts, and how would you like people to best contact you?
You could always reach out at TampaWorkCompLaw.com or call the show or my office. But for my message for today is, since we did not change our laws here in Florida, PIP benefits are still in the mix, and it's good to know. Get to the doctor within 14 days. And if you are in a car accident, PIP pays for the first $10,000 in medical care. Make sure your doctors are billing PIP and not you without billing PIP, because if they're doing that, you're paying for bills that you don't even owe.
Right. Yep, that's perfect. And you got to be seen within that first 14 days Whether you
Right.
feel okay or not, just go get checked up, and it's got to be through a medical doctor, not a chiropractor.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, good stuff. All right, we're going to take a quick break there. Thanks again, Jason. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, man.
All right, when we come back, we got John Long in the house, United States Institute Against Human Trafficking. What a great organization. My wife and I and my family, we had an opportunity to go to their gala. It was a 5-year gala a couple Fridays ago. What a great time. Great speakers. We're going to talk about that and also more of happening in the southern border and what's happening with human trafficking and how you can be a part of the solution. We always like to mention the solution. What can we do about it? We're going to be right back here with the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in 813-773-1253. Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing at 813-773-1253. Check out consumerqb.com. Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. Contest alert. Would you like to have your automobile payment made by the Consumer Quarterback Show and Murphy Auto Group? Well, here's your opportunity. All you have to do is go to the Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook as well as the Murphy Auto Group page and like both pages and comment below on the contest flyer with the amount of your automobile payment. And we will randomly select a winner next month. The Consumer Quarterback Show's Random Act of Kindness is making its way to Facebook. All you have to do is like the Consumer Quarterback Show page as well as Murphy Auto Group page and comment below with your car payment, and we will make that car payment for one randomly selected winner. ConsumerQB.com or reach out with any questions to 813-917-1894. ConsumerQB.com, 813-917-1894. Good luck. We hope you win the contest.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Local show with a local flair right here in Tampa Bay. Sometimes we do talk about national events, and we bring up those types of things. But here's an interesting story that we'd like to play in our feel-good segment of the day.
Tell me something good.
All right, so dads join forces to bring safety to violent school, and it's working. So this happened in Louisiana high school. A bunch of dads, a coalition of concerned fathers, stepped up at their local high school in Shreveport after a series of disturbing fights broke out over a course of a week. More than 20 students were arrested in just 3 days. To help stop the violence, about 40 fathers came together and formed a support group called Dads on Duty. So what they did, they take turns. They would walk in the schools. They would greet the schools students as they were coming in, and they said they wanted to maintain a positive environment for learning rather than fighting. So far, the effort has been working. There hasn't been a single incident on campus since the dads showed up. There's our feel-good story, and I tell you that that just rings through for our society. A lot of times some of these pundits, some of these talking suits, empty suits on the news talk about, oh well, it's because they're a minority or this situation or that. Really, what it is, it comes down to the family unit. It comes down to the nuclear family. If there's a father in the household, the mother, the threat of my generation generation, if we can still say it, you got your butt whooped every now and then. You got a correction, an attitude adjustment, and that's what's missing in our society in a lot of cases. Some of the government's policies have incentivized single parents. Hey, if you're a single mom, you get X amount of dollars per month. By the way, if you have more kids, you get more money. Those are the bad policies that we got to get away from as a society. All right, let's welcome in John Long into the studio, United States Institute Against Human Trafficking. Welcome back in, John.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. What a 5-year great gala you had. 5 years, celebrating 5 years just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, thank you for attending. Appreciate your support there and your support and giving us time here on your station. Yeah, it's a great event. Our little team was developed. They said it was 2 men in a truck is where it started.
Yeah.
Our founder and an HR guy
Yeah.
didn't have an office, worked out of a truck, and slowly built this organization that is a national organization that's fighting trafficking, not just here in the Hillsborough County area, but we are all over the nation right now, really trying to make a dent in the demand and rescue people out of human trafficking.
Yeah, what humble beginnings, and now what a great organization. Still plenty of room for help and contribution from the society or from the community. And we're going to talk about solutions on that in Super Bowl or soon. But I want to mention the Super Bowl because you have kind of a unique deal now with the NFL.
Yeah, we know that anytime there's a big event, a sporting event, conventions, anything that's gathers a large gathering of individuals in a city, trafficking typically goes up. And so they've recognized, the NFL has recognized that their event, the Super Bowl, brings in a lot of individuals who may be victims of trafficking. And so our co-founder, Kevin Malone, is part of an organization, the Alliance Against Trafficking, through the NFL. And they've already started beefing up their education for the Super Bowl, educating law enforcement, getting victim services prepared because, when the Super Bowl was here in Tampa, hundreds of people were rescued out of that. And so we want to stay ahead of it and make sure that the city is ready for when it happens. And the NFL's been a great partner, and it gives us a great platform to really raise awareness.
Yeah, that's awesome. We've got to raise awareness. We've got to slow down this flow of the southern border. These illegals coming across the southern border. A lot of them are criminals. A lot of them are bringing, drugs, of course, but also they're slipping, these unaccompanied minors across. There's rapes that happen at the border. We still haven't seen much happening there. Has your organization been involved with that, or have you seen an uptick because of it?
Absolutely. We see an uptick. We get an uptick of reports, especially since the Afghanistan issues. People are being into what they call forced marriage, which is another form of human trafficking.
Wow.
And these girls are being brought to our country with older gentlemen and claiming that they are married. We're talking 12, 13-year-old girls being married to grown men.
Oh my God.
Against their will. And
Jeez.
and it's a way to get them out of their country and bring them here to the United States.
Yeah, that's sick, man. That's sickening. USIAHT.org, by the way, if you want to get involved and help out. United States Institute Against Human Trafficking. John Long here on the program. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. And recently, Hillsborough County had a huge, what do they call it, a sting?
Sting operation. Yep.
Arrested.
125 individuals arrested over a 20-day period.
Yep.
And also in that, they rescued 4 women who were being trafficked. They rescued 1 teenage girl who was being arrested. But we've got 125 individuals who are arrested. That includes a pastor at a church here in Tampa,
wow.
Teachers in the Hillsborough County school system, and then just your everyday guy.
Yeah.
And so these operations happen all the time.
Yeah.
And it always brings in a big group of individuals who are willing to pay to have sex with other individuals.
A diverse background too.
Yeah. It's not just the middle class white guy anymore. It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Who are willing to take that chance, and they do these things, and every time they do them, they're capturing 100+ individuals that are still willing to pay to have sex with these individuals. And where we have to take that from now is, okay, we've arrested them. Now we have to work on charging them. Because most of the individuals that get arrested don't get charged for trafficking for a plethora of reasons. It's hard to prove.
Yeah.
Victims don't want to be part of the court system or the court.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk in front of the guy who was trafficking them.
Yeah.
So in Florida, about 67% of the cases that are filed lead to an arrest or lead to conviction.
What percent?
67%.
Okay.
And those individuals, 67%, are forced to pay restitution, which is higher than national average. National average is about 50%.
Okay.
And then our cases are climbing. Our federal cases here in the state of Florida, there were 12 last year, which doesn't sound like a lot.
Yeah.
But the national average is 3.
Wow.
And so Florida is definitely working in the right direction to make sure that we prosecute these individuals.
Yeah. And I know your organization is looking for volunteers. You're looking for, of course, monetary donations. How can people get involved and help you?
Our website, usiaht.org. We are a nonprofit organization. We rely heavily on the community, on churches, on businesses, on individuals to donate. And we're not looking for someone to donate $10,000. We're looking for 1,000 people to donate $5 a month.
Right.
You know, we're looking for that small donation that helps us to stay in operation, to ensure we can be there for the survivors who need us. And then we're always taking volunteers. All the information's on our website, and we can connect people with being trained and actually making a difference in their community.
Yeah, prayer request I see is a tab on there as well. And get trained and like John mentioned, and learn how to spot this. I think that's one of the biggest things that you talk with law enforcement about. We got about 30 seconds left.
Yeah, sure. We think about human trafficking being something that happens in another country, something that happens overseas. It's not our problem. The reality is it is our problem. Hillsborough is the number 12th community in the nation for human trafficking.
Wow.
And so we want to educate law enforcement. We want to educate parents, just the neighbors, your sphere of influence, and really make a difference. Once the buyer feels like everybody knows what he's up to, that's how we fight the demand.
Right. Yeah. Man, keep up the good work out there. Say hello to everybody at the organization. Doing a lot of good work. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. Support a local organization like the United States Institute Against Human Trafficking. Lots of ways that you can be a force for good in the community. Donate some blood. Donate some time. Especially this time of year more than ever. Find some great places to be involved with. And if you want referrals, we'll get you some referrals as well. So go out there and have a wonderful day. And we'll talk to you soon. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.